December 15th. Adam's deathbed hope for co-creators. Adam said to his son Seth, "You have heard, my son, that God is going to come into the world after a long time. He will be conceived of a virgin and put on a body, be born like a human being and grow up as a child. He will perform signs and wonders on the earth, will walk on the waves of the sea. He will rebuke the winds and they will be silenced. He will motion to the waves and they will stand still. He will open the eyes of the blind and cleanse the lepers. He will cause the deaf to hear and the mute to speak. He will straighten the hunchbacked, strengthen the paralyzed, find the lost, drive out evil spirits, and cast out demons." He spoke to me about this in paradise after I picked some of the fruit in which death was hiding. "Adam, Adam, do not fear. You wanted to be a god. I will make you a god. Not right now, but after a space of many years. I am consigning you to death, and the maggot and the worm will eat your body." And I answered and said to him, "Why, my Lord?" And he said to me, "Because you listened to the words of the serpent. You and your posterity will be food for the serpent. But after a short time there will be mercy on you, because you were created in my image. And I will not leave you to waste away in Sheol. For your sake I will be born of the Virgin Mary. For your sake I will taste death and enter the house of the dead. For your sake I will make a new heaven, and I will be established over your posterity. And after 3 days, while I am in the tomb, I will raise up the body I received from you. And I will set you at the right hand of my divinity. And I will make you a god, just like you wanted. And I will receive favor from God. And I will restore to you and to your posterity that which is the justice of heaven." And I, Seth, wrote this testament. And my father died, and they buried him at the east of paradise, opposite the first city built on the earth, which was named after Enoch. And Adam was borne to his grave by the angels and powers of heaven, because he had been created in the image of God. And the sun and the moon were darkened, and there was thick darkness for 7 days. And we sealed the testament, and we put it in the cave with the treasures, with the offerings Adam had taken out of paradise, gold and myrrh and frankincense. And the sons of kings, the magi, will come and get them, and they will take them to the Son of God, to Bethlehem of Judea, to the cave. John Beverly Butcher adds, "Notice that the hope lies in a cave." So this is a bit complicated because it's Seth telling the story of what Adam told Seth on his deathbed, and Adam's story includes what Jesus said to Adam when Adam was still in the Garden of Eden. Interesting to note what Seth says at the end. He says that they sealed this testament and they put it in a cave with treasures. I find it interesting because this text comes from the Testament of Adam, which is a Gnostic text. And as you probably know, the Gnostic texts were found in a jar in a cave. Now, the image of the cave is going to be prevalent in the next few weeks because it comes up again in future readings. But for me, what comes up with the cave is that it is a symbolic cave, not a literal cave. I'm reminded of Joseph Campbell's line, "The cave you fear to enter contains the treasure you seek." In that quote, Joseph Campbell is talking about going within and seeking the treasure of knowing who and what you truly are. He rightfully says that we're afraid to go into that cave. There are many other discoveries to be made as we travel inward, but the treasure is worth the adventure and the risk. So anyways, apparently Adam and Jesus have this conversation in Eden, which, as you know, is not in the book of Genesis. There's no mention of Jesus in the book of Genesis. But the Gnostics were all about expanding and reinventing the old texts. And since we learn in the Gospel of John that the Word was with God from the beginning, and then later on we discover that the Word came to earth and became flesh in the form of Yeshua, or Jesus, then we can assume that the spirit form of Jesus was there with God from the beginning. And so it's not that much of a stretch to imagine this spirit being communicating with Adam while Adam was still in the Garden of Eden. He shares a preview of things to come with Adam. He tells him that he will eventually come to earth, be born of the Virgin Mary, and that he'll perform all these different miracles. It's very interesting. The Logos, the Word, the Tao, all of these things are connected to, and in some cases are directly identified with, Yeshua and the Christ. All right, friends, another interesting reading in the Tao of Jesus. Hope you got something out of it, and I hope you tune in tomorrow for the next reading. Until then, stay centered, my friends.